Yeah. Mmm. A nice little handful of trees over there. Really quite the sight. I never really paid much attention to the mountains before this point, huh? But yeah, like, even playing a lot of other modern games, like, take Ghost of Yote, for example, since it just released around the same time as this game, so it's one that's on my mind since I've been playing it recently. Playing that, or even its predecessor, Ghost of Tsushima, the controls of a game like that feel, like, very smooth and fluid. The controls of a game like this are, like, it's, you know, very rigid, stiff, and kind of weird, you know? Like, this is... Oh my god. Like, it's like they have the beginnings of something going on, but it wasn't able to be seen through to the point that it was actually fluid. You know, what the hell is going on here? Yeah, that's fair there. Are you a criminal that was apprehended by Spider-Man? Dang it, they got me again. Someone get me out of here, please. Just have your Pokemon hit this thing with a powerful move. No need to be gentle. Someone's all wrapped up in Pokemon webbing. Hit with a high-powered Pokemon move to break it open and save whoever's inside. Yeah, in addition to all the problems this city already has, Spider-Man's out here causing trouble too. Spider-Man would have a lot of people to catch in a city like this. Does this city have, like, any police force? I wonder. I don't know. You've got to use a stronger move than that. Check moves power, just open the menu and select change moves. Oh, so you need something that actually is just straight up high power. Wow. Earthquake? Whew. Thanks for your help getting me out of that sticky situation. You really saved me. How did that happen? That was the work of these Spinnerack here. Well, truth is, the 3 of them are my partners. I call them the Spinnerack civvies. When they get angry, they always wrap me up and leave me high and dry like that. Just like Steve. This time, I messed up by destroying a web they just finished making. Big mistake. The 3 of them strung me up and left me hanging to die. But I wish they'd show some mercy. It's not like I did it on purpose. Okay, you made your point. I'll be more careful, I promise. You know what would be a better use for all that silk? Nets and a rope to sell for some quick cash. I'm kidding, that was a joke. Don't show me up against Spinnerack civvies. Well, that was certainly something. No, why would you squish spiders? Spiders are good insects. They eat the insects that you should actually hate. Like mosquitoes. The more spiders there are, the less mosquitoes there are. Spiders are good. I discovered a spider in here recently that apparently chills to, like, I guess the left side of this couch from the angle. The right side of the couch itself. This way. I found a little spider hanging out back there. But if he doesn't bug me, I won't bug him and eat other bugs that are found around here, so fine by me. Should come up with a name for the spider that lives in this room back there. Bug friends be good there. I'll go to this one next or something or other. Is what we'll do. Sure, Barbacle. What the heck is going on here? Maybe there's an actual normal entrance there, and maybe I don't need to do this. Or even just like the parkour around segments, I think are a really good example of how this game is very rigid. You know. It doesn't really... Yeah, the movement and gameplay doesn't really flow like you'd feel a modern AAA game would. Security breach as platforming, yeah. Security breach platforming is a good way to put it. It's not quite FromSoft level bad platforming. But security breach level, yeah, that sounds kind of accurate there. Like, just look at how stiff it kind of is. You know? And the little snap between things actually happening instead of things naturally flowing into the next action. The fact that I can make a lot of comparisons to Security Breach says a lot, and I like this game. But yeah. Let's see. Yoink. What am I missing here? I thought the other ones are supposed to be on the ground. Oh, there's some more poppin'. Yeah, the quality of this game is still pretty embarrassing, but... Do I go underneath? Here? Like, I really gotta start looking closer at the map instead of taking, like, 3,000 years on rambling and stuff. Like, this looks like it goes stairs down. This looks like there's similar water there. So I'm going to presume I go this way. Like, the rolls aren't as stiff as something like Legends Arceus, where it kind of locks you into the direction you're going. Like, after I input the roll, I do have a little bit of say over influencing the direction from there. So it smooths a little bit better. It's a little bit smoother than the last game. But chaining actions into one another is, like, very rigid, very jumpy. It doesn't flow. Know what I mean? Said it was in the sewers? Oh. Yeah, I see it here. I guess I wasn't paying enough attention. Oh, so that's what... Okay. Didn't even notice that water was deeper. Feels like Demon Souls PS3 / Dark Souls 1 rolling. Yeah, kinda. Boop. Sorry, you and I are gonna give this all we got. Okay. Wall high. Be nice if I could Mega Evolve my Venusaur, but that's the one Kanto starter that you can't Mega Evolve if you choose it. So I can't exactly be doing that for this boss battle. You can Mega Evolve both of Charizard's forms and Blastoise, but not Venusaur. Guess this Barbicle is our light at the end of the tunnel here. I wonder how many Binnacle make up a Mega Barbicle. Oh, I guess what we should be thinking about is how to handle this battle. Barbicle becomes rock and fighting type when it Mega Evolves. I thought it was like rock and water or something or other. So, rock and fighting, huh? Just now noticing, I'm parched. Sorry, you and I are gonna give this all we got. Alright, I think I've seen Mega Barbicle's design like once. I don't remember what it is. Oh god. I'm gonna change the music, I think. This is what I'm gonna do here. Alright, Mega Barbicle. A lot of the Megas have grown on you. Funny to say about the Barnacle Pokemon. Very quite punny. Mega Barbicle. Ah, yeah, I remember seeing that. It's tall now. Alright, what kind of music here? Let's look through this playlist. Let's scroll down to some of the more recent ones I saved. There's almost 700 videos in this playlist. Lots of cool music that I think is good for, like, epic battles and stuff. It's just gonna take a little while to load all the lower stuff. I like Mega Starmie just because it is really funny and it's a reference to a popular Japanese TV series. It is? Yeah, what are some recent ones I saved here? Final Fantasy 16 remix. So here's a Pokemon Legends ZA remix, so spoilers for this, so I'll leave that out. There's some recent Delta remix stuff. There's some Elden Ring Night Rain things here. Here, what was this Final Fantasy 16 remix here? This is no risk, no reward thingamabob. This one was pretty good, right? I'm pretty sure. Guitar cover of this. Yeah, this is good, right? Yeah, so even just using water type moves will be super effective. Oh, I forgot to mute this game. Whoa. Okay. Old show still going on today, though. Oh. Ultraman. One of the main inspirations from main Pokemon franchise, in fact. A name I've heard before, but I know, like, nothing about. Huh. Nom nom. Okay. You can't. Damn it! No! Okay. Okay, well, whatever, man. Okay. Bubble Beam. Nice miss, dude. More Bubble Beam. More of that. Aqua Jet. Breaking Swipe, because at least I'll get Stab. Water Pulse. I mean, Bubble Beam, whatever. I think you were the one using Water Pulse there. I was about to say, should I get away or something here? Oh, there's Binnacle here now. Whoa, my... Okay, well, okay. There was a warning area on the ground, so I was like, oh, I gotta get away. And then it went away, and he was on the ground, so I figured, okay, I guess that means that, like, we stunned him, we cancel it. So I got close again, and then he did unleash his Ultra attack there. Cool. Glad to see that the information being shared to the player is on point here. Convincing me that we had canceled it, and then he just does it anyway. Well, that Prince's gotta be getting close to the point that it's ready for a color change soon, probably. Okay. Did I miss? Okay, come on. Nom 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 nom. Delicious. It'd be nice if there was a way to tell your Pokemon just to attack from there and not come close to you. Because every time, like, if you reposition, it forces your Pokemon to reposition as well. Like, if it gave you a little bit more freedom. Like, you control them a bit more independently, like an astral chain kind of thing. You know? Okay, no. Bubble Beam. Aqua Jet. Breaking Swipe. Boop. Mega Juice. Okay. Yeah, it might just. Maybe. I don't play enough games with a keyboard and mouse to be able to say. I play a handful. Alright, I guess I'll get away. Save some of my Mega Juice. Get him! Get him! Man. Whoa! Okay, so he teleports over. Yikes. What the heck, man? Okay, come on. Blarg him. Don't know if he was getting ready to do an attack. He was there. Just a little bit later than I expected. Okay. Something like this. Close combat Hyper Beam combo. Slightly scary. Okay. Yeah, I'm grabbing that Mega Power. What do you think I've been doing here? Blarg. I might have something more powerful than Bubble Beam at this point. I haven't checked my moves in a while. It's occurring to me. Okay, come on. Okay, so now I know you're going to do the crazy thing. Regardless of if I stun you or whatever the heck. Here, open the menu! How long? Holy crap, I was mashing the button for probably 6 full seconds there before it actually put my input through. My god. Okay, Floridator's HP was restored by 108 points. My good gracious, man. Okay, that's pretty cool. What do we listen to next here? Let's see here. Some Fire Emblem Shadows music. Such a terrible game, such cool music. What was this one that I had saved into this playlist? Oh, the person who uploaded it changed his video to unlisted. Good thing I saved it before that happened. Man, the music in that game is pretty cool. Too bad the game sucks so much. Like, to the point that it might be the worst game I've played on this channel, just because, like, what game even is there? You know, Sonic 06 moment? Sorta, except so much worse. Is the thing. Like, at least Sonic 06 was a game. You know. Okay, let's see here. Man, it gets really quiet there. This is true. It gets really quiet there. I can barely hear it. Okay. Sonic 06 was in fact a public tech demo. Yep. Just like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Man, you really like doing that. You were just spamming that like crazy now, huh? Okay, well. Yeah, I think that it just loops that. Blarg. Aqua Jet. Knock him down, implying he's not going to do the super crazy anymore, but he super does. Dang it, man. Just Aqua Jet him. Are you using Aqua Jet too? I thought I saw 2 Aqua Jets on the screen. Okay, come on. Boop. And then, come on, Bubble Beam. Pick up some Mega Juice. Some Mega Orbs. Whoa, you started dashing kind of fast there. Okay, come on. Boop. Go ahead, breaking swipe. Now die! Dang it, that got you to move far enough away that... Oh, it did still hit. Okay, cool. Wow, I unmuted that at like the perfect time. Sonic 06 is a loading screen with brief gameplay in between to break up the monotony. Yeah, honestly. Barbaricite. Great job, Floridance. Whoa. It's the dog with the glowing asshole. Full Sonic 06 playthrough on the channel 1. Yeah, if the day comes that we do get a playthrough community vote, just vote for it then. If Mega Power continues to overflow and saturate the city. Do you not fear that every Pokemon in Lumiose may succumb to Rogue Mega Evolution? No, because only so many Pokemon can Mega Evolve. So if you're a Pokemon like Flygon, you're safe. That's what we're trying to stop. I would expect nothing less from one of those whom Zygarde sees potential in. There is something you should know. This disaster of Mega Power spilling forth over Lumiose. I have reason to believe it began at much the same time as the renovation work on Prism Tower. This suggests that Quasartico Inc. has some connection to what is happening. Perhaps Zygarde wishes me to investigate that connection. I believe Zygarde is wielding me as an instrument for the betterment of Lumiose. It intrigues me, and it bothers me none. After all, my wish has always been to make a more beautiful city. A more beautiful world. For that, I'm counting on your help until we meet again. That's weird how Prism Tower keeps coming up in all this, huh? Hey, Z was worried about it too, wasn't he? Before the renovations started, Prism Tower was open for anyone to go in and climb up. I wonder if they closed it down because they were trying to hide something. Oh, before I forget, let me heal Floridata and our other hardworking Pokemon. You at least refer to my Pokemon by nickname. You know, usually I wouldn't care about, like, a brief flash of bright light like that. But I feel like my head has still been super screwed up after being awake for 32 hours this past weekend. That, when I've been playing Ghost of Yote, and especially when I was doing the first little smidge of Age of Imprisonment there, I started getting a bit of a headache looking at this game, especially with Zelda and Rauru when their movesets are just flashy lights everywhere bombarding you. It started giving me a headache and I couldn't play too much longer. Like, I had to do like a little bit of a double take of that flash just because my head is screwed up. Yeah, I got sunglasses, but like, I won't be able to see the game much if I put them on. These are my sunglasses that I wear every day. But I look at the game straight on and it's almost completely black. I can't see it. I've got all the... There's a whole bunch of dots on the... Oh, I was about to say there's a whole bunch of dots on the text box. That's not a game thing. That's just specks on my monitor of, like, probably splashes of... traces of milk from cereal. If I turn, like this, and then I'm looking at it from the side, I can see a lot more of the game. But if I'm looking at it straight on, I can't really see anything. They're prescription sunglasses, too. So, serve as regular glasses. Bro's rocking them shades, my god. Yeah, my shades. They're not half bad. They serve me decently well. Help me see when I'm trying to get places. When it's super bright in the mornings when I'm going to work there. Time for it to lag. As it switches over here. But yeah. Yeah, they're not half bad. A couple of years ago, I dropped them. And gotten like some scratches on one of the lenses. So maybe I'll get that one lens replaced. Because I permanently have these marks floating by my left eye now when I wear them, which is a little bit annoying. But, you know, not super easily replaceable when they're prescription ones. So I try to take good care of them. But, you know, it's easy to drop them when I have them on my shirt like that. Where on my regular glasses, you know, they're pretty tight like that. These are not falling out. But these, which are, you know, like this, I lean a little bit forward. These just fall out. So I do have to be careful when I'm like leaning down and picking something up that my glasses go flying. And then hence the scratches that I got. So it's a little bit annoying there. Starry and I have to work on our coordination so we can help those poor rogue Pokemon better. Work on your coordination so you can help the rusted to get better. I like how you can't see how worn out the hat is till you full screen the face cam. Yeah, I've had this a long, long time. One of these days I might remake this hat. Hello, Goosebump. What's up there? Rogue Mega Evolved Pokemon successfully pacified. There's just one remaining Pokemon at risk of undergoing Rogue Mega Evolution. One day I might buy a new blank black hat and then paint the front here or something or other. Because this one does definitely show its age. I mean, I've had this hat over a decade. I made this when I was in grade 10 of high school. So, you know, grade 10, 11, 12. Then 7 years of university. And I graduated university last year, so another year after that. So 11 years, I guess I've had this hat. So, you know, my original paint has held up, like, pretty decently for its age. My camera tracking doesn't like that. A whole bunch of stuff has come off there. You can see a little bit where I got over the lines there. That's not Ain up on plush, that's Hereupon Ricky, is who that is. But yeah, it's really coming apart at the corners here. It's the, I've been planning on getting a new one for years. Is the case. There's places like this where, like, these marks don't really come off, and I'll douse this in you know, laundry cleaning fluid stuff, laundry soap, whatever you call it, laundry detergent. I do have a different hat technically. That one that's right next to the 3D printer on the left there is technically like a decently quality similar hat. That was actually given to me as a gift by a friend at Extra Life last year. Where when he came and visited and played pinball with me, he brought me that hat and gave it to me as a gift. Because he said that it looks so similar to, like, my main hat that he couldn't help but pick it up. So sometimes you'll see those hats, like that one there, with, like, some sort of logo put on it. So I think that's just the blank version of that, where the white space is meant for some sort of logo. It's not quite the same as N's hat, considering the white goes up to the top. Whereas how N's hat is it only goes up to the halfway mark here, and then the rest is black there. So it's not quite the same one for one. One thing that I do like about that one is it actually has a slot in the back where my ponytail can fit through, unlike this, which is just solid on the back. So I like how that one actually straps at the back, and I can put my ponytail through that. I don't have to worry about losing it in the wind. But yeah, it's not the same. So I might make a proper one of these days that is, like, actually the same. But that hat there to the left of my 3D printer has become my new, like, daily wear kind of hat. Because I figure if I'm going to work and going to, like, different apartments and stuff like that on the job here, it's not exactly going to look very professional wearing this, you know? So this is like my personal use kind of regular life kind of hat. I'm going to and from work. I'm wearing that hat there. So I've actually started wearing that hat pretty regularly because it's similar to my main one and it's not falling apart. Like, I have a lot of other hats. Like, you can see the Pokémon Internationals one back there on top of the Zora. You can't tell that it's on top of the Zora. You just see it to the left of the one hat there. There's my shiny Mew hat that I got for 20 bucks in San Antonio on Cinco de Mayo is where I got that last year. I have Waluigi and Wario hats. Guess I have 2 N hats. But yeah, I'll make another proper N hat one of these days, considering 11 years is a long time. Nope, my capture card isn't desynced yet, I don't think. So yeah, that one's pretty close, and I do appreciate it being a gift there and stuff like that. So that's my new daily wear. I've probably worn it on stream before. Probably not in a little while. And if I'm going somewhere like Taekwondo, I also wear that. Because I'd rather that one get sweaty than this. If I'm putting on a hat again after class, and sweat is going to get in there. I'd rather it get in there than, like, this here. That is in rough enough shape as it is anyway. But yeah. Let's see here. Get a new one, but keep the old one framed like a glass box or something as a memoriam? You mean memento? Dunstone. I would probably have this on, like, a shelf or something like that on a hanger. I wouldn't put it in a glass case. I don't have that much money. Let me grab some items here really quickly. Nice printer. Know who else has a 3D printer? You or something? I don't know where this is going. Oop. But yeah, it's a good machine that served me well. Quite the Frankenstein of parts that I like. As opposed to being any one printer. My friend I don't talk to. Okay? I'm really glad you shared that with me. Glass case it... What? Glass case it like the tiny arc reactor from Iron Man. Proof that Harmonia has a head. That would be a little funny, admittedly. Quick ball. All right, we have one more place to go here. I would love to travel here. That sounds great.